Welcome to the GC&HM Podcast. We're sitting down with Miss Kaitlin Butts. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
So, it's a beautiful day out. You're at Born and Raised. What are you expecting from this weekend? Are you excited to see acts? What's the
Well, I just got done playing, so now I just get to hang out. I'm going to go play the VIP tent here in a little bit, and I'm always looking forward to coming back to Oklahoma because I get to see all my pals and playing music festivals with all your friends. You get to hang out whenever you're done working, and that's what I always look forward to is the late night parties.
Yeah. So you're playing at 6:30, right? And it's acoustic?
6:10.
6:10.
Yeah, I just played on this stage over the Neon Moon stage, and then I'm going over to that one's acoustic.
So it's like, are you gonna like storytelling too involved, or?
I mean, typically with those song swaps, we talk a little bit more for sure without the band.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're doing that with Kendall Marvel?
Kendall Marvel and Jamie Lynn. Jamie Lynn hosts the stage every year, and she's awesome.
That's awesome. I think our friend Brian White is actually playing with her on Saturday. He's playing guitar for her, I believe.
Nice.
I think we're going to stick around. Watch
Brian White from Damn Quails?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I know Brian White.
Okay.
He was in a band with his sister. I was in a band called the Tequila Songbirds with Kirsten White, and so...
Really?
Yeah. It was like a all-female band, so it was like...
Was Tequila Kim in the band?
Was what?
Was Tequila Kim in the band?
It kind of was loose. Like it was basically all like the female songwriters that we kind of knew. We'd have different shows where we'd have different collections of the women songwriters in town, and so, but it was more consistently me, Allie Harder, Kirsten White, Eliza B would be playing fiddle, Camille Harp would play, Samantha Crane would play, but yeah, I know Kirsten White and I know Brian White.
Okay,
wild bunch of people.
I was just talking to Kirsten last week. We're scheduling to get her on. So.
Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah. She's one of my, like, I've known her for probably like 10 years or so. Yeah, she's badass.
That's awesome. So, as a singer, songwriter, all around, what is your like musical inspirations? What are you growing up like? What artists did you listen to that you really draw inspiration from today?
Growing up, I did. I'm a 90s kid, so I grew up listening to a lot of Y2K stuff, lots of pop music, and I grew up doing musical theater, which is kind of like, I started there and always loved like the theatrics of country music too, and I think that like there's a little bit of an intersect there with like country music. They kind of have the same storytelling things that I love so much about musical theater and country music, and their humor is kind of similar too. And I also love like the murder songs from Broadway, like Chicago and Oklahoma, and there's just so many similarities that I don't think like anyone would really like put the two together, but in my mind those kind of where I grew up and started listening to music.
What is your favorite Broadway musical?
I love Oklahoma a lot, but I will say my favorite is Chicago. Close second is Wicked, and Oklahoma is just kind of like a classic.
You have to like Oklahoma.
Yeah, of course.
Have y'all seen that musical?
I've never seen it before.
Oh, you should watch it. It's really good.
My wife is a huge musical fan, so like she's always trying to get me to watch it. I'm like, fine.
You should. My husband and I during 2020 we chose to. My mom and me and Cleto moved in with my mom for 2020, and so all we did was just sit around and watch movies like Tiger King, and then we got on this like thread where we'd watch different movies by like one actor. We'd like find one actor and watch all their movies, and then there was one day where Cleto mistakenly said that he had never watched musicals, and because his family, he said that my family never really liked him, and so I was like, well, listen up, buddy, buckle up, we're watching Chicago, we're watching Oklahoma. And after we watched Chicago, he was like, okay, that was really, really good. What's next? And so we watched Oklahoma, and I fell in love with that one all over again, and it made me, it just kind of made my brain go crazy with like inspiration, and because it kind of looks like what everyone's trying to copy now, that kind of cowboy aesthetic and humor, and Oklahoma.
I haven't brought myself to really dive deep into them, but maybe I'm gonna have to go home and tell her, fine, we'll watch.
You really should. You should.
I'm gonna text your wife and be like, Jagger said he was really wanting to get into musicals.
It's like $10 on Amazon Prime. Do it.
So speaking of the cowboy aesthetic, your style is phenomenal.
Thanks.
Compared to, I mean, there's nothing wrong with seeing people up there in like regular t-shirt jeans, but when I see someone go out and they have like their own style, it's always really fascinating. So how did you find yours, and how do you kind of keep that same thing going?
I think I have a shopping addiction. I think that's kind of where it comes from. My husband gets very worried when he starts to see packages on the door. I go into spurts. But I think just over the years, like I was really trying to take other people's style, and I could never really find what like looked best on me, I felt like. And then Marfa Lights came out, and I felt like, I don't know, I love this kind of cosmic-y, like more eccentric feel, and I feel like that's kind of who I am as a person, and really colorful and bright, and I'm like, where's the glitter? I want it. Give it all to me. Purchase. So that's kind of, it's just more about a shopping addiction, so I should probably seek help.
If it doesn't have glitter, she doesn't want it.
I don't want it. I just type in sequins onto the search on whatever store I'm looking at.
If it doesn't have sequins, she bedazzles it herself.
Yeah, no, I mean, look at my hair. There's bedazzles in it.
It kind of has like the 80s, 90s, dare I say Dwight Yoakam kind of rhinestone feel to it. For sure.
I think that's a good point, because I mean, they really, I think people forget the kind of flair that like 70s, 80s country music, like Dolly, and Reba, oh my God, like they did not stop with the sequins. And I think it's just now becoming more accessible, where you don't have to have like a, big designer to get one of these dresses. Like you can find this on nastygal.com. There's like different, it's just a little boutique, and everyone can look like Dolly now.
I mean, Glenn Campbell has Rhinestone Cowboy.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, there's songs about it. Of course, it's all about the show, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you're not just a singer-songwriter, you're a performer. People come to see you perform, not just sing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, they want to see a show, and you give them a show.
Yeah. I mean,
huge thank you to Vernon from Brad's Bat. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Leave this part in. Huge thank you to Vernon from Brad. Oh, man, I can't say it. Huge thank you to Vernon from Bad Brad's Barbecue for hooking it up. We got some cool set decorations here. We got the whiskey flight and then the shotgun shell shot glasses. So, Vernon, if those go missing, don't check our houses, because I would never.
I believe he actually is selling those shot glasses and that flight at Bad Brad's Barbecue, along with, again, some of the best barbecue in the state. So go check them out.
Yeah, go in there. You can get a hat. We got hats over there. And we've also got some Bad Brad's gift cards to give away. So if you see us around anytime, at Brad's, not at Brad's, hit us up. We might have a gift card for you.
For sure.
Jagger, it's about lunchtime, I think.
I think it is, too.
You know where we got to go, right?
We're going to Bad Brad's.
Bad Brad's Barbecue. I'm getting the burn-ins with the jalapeno cornbread. It's not even a question. That's what I'm getting. What are you getting?
So
I know the answer
usually
to
get
this.
the dirty fries.
Oh, you're switching it up on us.
But I tried some really good tri-tip the other day, and man, it was fantastic. So I think next time I go in, I'm gonna go get the tri-tip.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. That's awesome. So, if you had one artist that you could have covered all your select, like you could select a list of their songs and cover and have an album of your own, what artist would you pick?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she's like, and I know a lot of people would disagree, but I think that they're stupid, and I don't respect them. She's the greatest songwriter, I think, of all time, and I think that she is undermined because she's a woman, and she, we got to see her from, her very beginnings, but I think that she has created a huge, enormous catalog, bigger than anyone has ever done before, and consistently been like an incredible person, and a great singer and performer and storyteller, and just overall songwriter and singer. I got to see her put on a 3.5-hour show in Nashville, and in the rain, pouring rain.
I saw that video.
And Cleto?
Yes.
I mean,
there with the ponchos on.
Even if you're not a fan of, you don't, it's not your instinct to like sit in your car and listen to Taylor Swift music, you can't deny that kind of like respect for her and her, performances. But her songwriting to me is just like the best. I love her.
I think a lot of people like to hate on it, but then when they get in their car and Shake It Off comes on,
oh my gosh! I mean, there's so many great songs, and I think those are radio singles that even like her fans sometimes are like, we don't want to hear Shake It Off. We want to hear Anti-Hero or You're on Your Own, Kid. Those kind of songs, and there's a lot more deep songs that you don't hear on the radio, but she's. Yeah. I've loved her since I started playing guitar, and she's always just been a huge influence on me, for sure.
Let's check out Dead Wake Archery Innovations. He gave us a little hat there to give us a little set decoration, and I know if we would have caught him before we built this set, we'd probably have a whole bow.
For security purposes, I don't know if we could have had the bow in here, but
it'll be all right.
Especially after the comments you've made in the last episode.
Well, yeah, for sure. But I'll tell you what, that Leviathan bow will get everything you need. Get every job done you need done.
Leviathan. You guys need to follow them on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. They just posted this week. I don't know when you're going to be seeing this, but this week they posted some really cool pictures of all the different colors they've got, the bows they're finishing up. So you want to get your order in soon.
And a little nugget of information here. They have just upgraded their manufacturing process this weekend. A little picture shown on there. They're going full-time. Congratulations, Trevor Pigeon out there. He is full-time. Dead Wake Archery Innovations. Super proud of him. Great entrepreneur. So just go out and support him, man. He's doing a great thing over there at Dead Wake, and we're really proud to see where they're going and where they're going to end up.
They've perfected the craft, essentially.
Yes. And one really cool thing about it is it's 100% made in the USA, 100% made in Oklahoma, which is another cool thing. I know most of our listeners are from Oklahoma, but if you're not, it's still 100% made in the USA. I mean, just go grab you a Leviathan bow. And a little sneak peek, they're going to have another line of bows coming out here really, really soon.
And they, there's other companies out there that are making similar products, but they're just copies of other people's products. No, sorry. That's crazy. But at Dead Wake, they design their own products. You're not getting a copy of someone else's product. You're getting a engineered product that they designed themselves.
Made to order, and you can even get personalized designs on your bow too. They got some great cool things going on over there. Anodizing, if I can put the words out of my mouth. Anodizing and
anodization.
Anodization.
I don't know if that's a word.
Either way, but you can get a cool custom design, whatever you want on your bow. You can even customize the grip however you want it as well. And go check them out.
Huge thank you to Dead Wake Archery Innovations for sponsoring us. Have you had?
It's not Merle Haggard. It's not like the coolest answer.
No, that's
Taylor Swift. I love her.
That's still a cool answer.
No shame.
So, have you had young girls come up to you and be like, "I love what you're doing. You're inspiring me to do this or this or this or whatever." Do you get that yet?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a little like shocking because I am not just like I don't feel like I'm a. Like I'm a 30-year-old woman. I don't really write songs for little girls. I write about drug abuse and domestic violence and generational trauma and kind of harder subjects. But it is nice to have parents that bring their kids to see another female playing, because I feel like if I didn't see, I'm a big believer in if you can see it, you can be it. And I think that it's really, really cool when, parents bring their kids and they're like, cover your ears for the curse words. Don't repeat repeat what she says. But when they bring someone to see someone on stage and see a woman playing country music and playing their own instruments, I think that is like how I got started. And so you never know who you might talk to that will one day be you or want to aspire to be that. So it's always really cool. I'm always have to apologize afterwards. Like, sorry, I said the F-bomb like 14 times during this show, but didn't see you. You're so small.
If there was one piece of advice you could give a young girl wanting to play even just music, not let alone country music or red dirt music, what would be that one piece of advice you would tell them?
There's so many things. I would just say, don't take any shit. It's gonna be really hard to not, cower down to people that try to, excuse my language, big you sometimes. But I think that if you know your worth and you know where you're headed, you need to stand up for yourself and don't take no shit.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
my advice.
I think that's great advice for every situation.
It really
yeah,
is.
no, really.
Even small artists in general, people coming up and
and there's something to be said about being kind and taking someone's attitude or just kind of avoiding somebody, but like really just either separate yourself or don't work with that person anymore, but just know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on, taking your time out of your day to
Thanks
come
for
talk
having me.
to us. Do you have any social media you'd like to plug?
Yeah, go to my TikTok, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest.
Go to everything.
Go to everything.
Google me.
LinkedIn. I mean, if you want anything.
I'm not there.
Okay.
This is not business attire.
All right. Well, Kaitlin, we really appreciate you stopping by.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We hope to catch up down the road. So.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.